Under the Weather is a channel focused on the outdoors. The creator, James, loves hiking, wild camping, and trekking throughout Scotland, often recording his adventures to show what it's really like to be out in nature. But in this particular video, something happened that genuinely scared him, and things started to get really strange. He had planned a hike in search of the 5,000-year-old Machar stones in Stirlingshire, Scotland.
Welcome back. On our way to find some 5,000-year-old standing stones. They were placed there by Druids many moons ago. I've tried to find this place a few times and I got lost every single time, so let's hope we have a better chance today. I think you need to cross the river. That's just what I've been told. Cross the river, then take a right and a right again. And we'll see how we get on. Onward, Christian soldier.
He started his hike, and the place was absolutely gorgeous, the kind of view that makes the whole journey worth it. The only problem was that he didn't exactly know where he needed to go to reach his destination, but somehow he managed to find them. After such a long hike, he decided it was time to find a place to camp for the night, so that's exactly what he did. He looked around and eventually found a small spot tucked between some trees near the stones, which seemed like the perfect place to set up.
Is that like a... Look at that. What is this? A perfect space for a tent, isn't it? Where am I going to have my fire though? I want the fire near the tent. Or maybe I have the... Yeah, I think I'm just going to set up right here. The fire here as well. Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Night started to fall, so he lit a fire and sat beside it, just relaxing and enjoying the moment. Everything felt calm, peaceful even, but that didn't last long. Out of nowhere, something unexpected broke the silence. A helicopter flying low and circling around his camp.
Can you hear the helicopter? It's been flying over quite a bit, and I just hope that they aren't looking for someone and I've got a fire going and I kind of get rescued, if you know what I mean, because I don't need rescued yet. Looks like the fat is starting to come out the chicken, which is setting the fire alight. It's all good news. Helicopter is still there. It's a bit ominous if you ask me. Wow. Please go away. There it is. You see him flying over ahead.
It looked like the chopper was searching for something, flying low with a searchlight scanning the forest, and that alone made the whole situation feel weird. It could have been checking out the fire in the middle of the woods, or maybe it was actually looking for someone. Possibly a dangerous person hiding somewhere in the forest. James didn't really mind it though. I mean, yeah, he was a bit confused, but not enough to make him pack up and leave, so he stayed by the fire and continued as usual. But that's when something even creepier happened. Take a look.
Should have brought more water. There is water around about, obviously, but I don't know if it's quite treacherous. You saw what the ground is like. I think I'm going to have the chicken wings without the mashed potato. What the hell is that? Hello? Hope it's not one of those nights. I got a plate.
He heard a weird sound right next to him in the darkness behind the trees. And honestly, it sounded like... I don't even know what it sounded like, but it was creepy. He got up and called out, trying to see if anyone would respond. For a moment, he even considered heading back home, but quickly realized that wouldn't be the safest move either, especially in the dark, where things could get even more dangerous. So he decided to stay at camp, relying on the firelight to give him some visibility. After spending a bit of time talking to the camera, he eventually got into his tent and went to sleep. But then, again, he was woken up by strange noises right outside his tent.
Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Shit. I just heard laughing there. Or something. No way. Hello? Hello? I think that's a road in the distance, maybe. Yeah, it can't be. It can't be. Right. Well, I can't hear anything, so let's turn this off. Good night.
He heard something, but the camera wasn't really able to capture it clearly. Still, nothing else happened that night, and he eventually managed to fall back asleep. In the morning, after waking up, he decided to make himself some breakfast and just take it easy for a bit. But while he was eating, he noticed something extremely unsettling, something that might explain what he had heard outside his tent during the night. Take a look.
Here's the spot. Well, one thing I didn't really check last night was tree fall. And look at that, those two big bad boys behind me. There's just fallen trees everywhere, but the wind's not being as bad as it has been in recent weeks. Oh. But everywhere you look, there's fallen trees. Ooh, yum, yum, yum. Time for me. I'm going to finish up here and then start packing up and make it. What the hell? What is that? What the hell is it? Oh. Trees. That is a pentagon.
A weird symbol had been left hanging above him, and it was clear it wasn't there when he went to sleep because he had already checked that exact spot. He got out of there in seconds. At that point, it felt obvious. He was being watched, and probably had been watched throughout the entire night by someone very unsettling. It also makes you wonder about that helicopter. Was it just trying to investigate the light in the forest, or was it actually searching for someone dangerous? Because if that's the case, James may have unknowingly been right near them the whole time, maybe even interacted with them without realizing it. In the end, it was never clear who was responsible or why this happened, but one thing was certain. The situation didn't feel normal at all. It was a good decision that James left when he did. Things could have gone a lot worse, and in the end, he was lucky to have made it through the night safely. Huge Nooge Outdoor Adventures is a channel focused on hunting, though don't worry, no animals are harmed in this video. He's known for adrenaline-filled content, but this particular one might be one of the most intense. He was out in the forest and had climbed up a tree to stay out of harm's way. But with certain animals, that kind of strategy doesn't always work. He stayed up there for a while, staying still and keeping quiet until something eventually showed up. And unfortunately, it picked up his scent. Take a look. That's a really big brown bear, and it's terrifying to see how it just looks up at him like that, fully aware of his presence, knowing it could reach him in seconds. The bear started to intimidate him by violently hitting the tree and even bluff charging, trying to pressure him into reacting. Eventually, it moved away for a moment, but after circling the area for a bit, it came back. And this time, it decided to climb again, getting much closer than before.
Hey bear. Hey bear. Down bear. Get down. Down.
The bear eventually ran off and stopped for a moment, giving him a look like, if I wanted to, I could, and for some reason that part almost feels a bit funny to me. It sniffed him a bit and then left him alone, but in reality the hunter was extremely lucky. That bear seemed more curious than anything else, because a bear of that size, if it were truly motivated, could end things in seconds, almost like it's toying with something. That's the unsettling thing about bears. If one decides to go after you, there's very little you can realistically do. You can't outrun them, you can't outclimb them, and hiding isn't really an option either. They are incredibly powerful and capable animals, often far better hunters than people realize. So, if you ever find yourself in that situation, honestly, start praying. Or better yet, use bear spray. That's one of the few things that can actually make a difference. But most importantly, avoid putting yourself in a situation where you might encounter a bear in the first place. Kenny is a guy that lives in Minnesota and consistently posts videos about the outdoors, exploring the wilderness in his camper van and having one of the greatest times while filming. His videos are genuine and helpful, which makes watching them really relaxing. But on his channel, there are also moments where things didn't go as planned. Even if it's rare, it happens. In this particular video, something occurred that made him feel a bit uneasy. He took his camper and drove into the forest for a peaceful camping trip with his dog.
You gotta stay, okay? I first found this spot probably 10 years ago, and that summer there was a car up here for a couple of months straight. I think it probably broke down or they were just squatting up here. We're not too far out of town, so sometimes the people that come out here, they're not out here to camp, they're looking for a place to stay. I found a couple of different trash sites in this woods. It doesn't look like there's gonna be anybody here. Oh, there's some trash.
They found a camping spot and set up there, building a fire and cooking something. Everything felt perfect. Just a simple, peaceful time in the woods with his dog. Nothing seemed like it could ruin the moment, or at least that's what it looked like at first. After chilling for a while, he decided to go for a hike. But this is where things started to feel a bit strange.
Come on, Toby. I figured we could check out the lake across the road. What is it? What, Toby? Come on. I got no clue what he sees, but something up the road has got his attention. What's going on, Toby? He always sticks by my side. I have no idea what he sees up there, but maybe we won't go that way. We'll go back. Come on, Toby. Yeah, he don't like it over there. Okay, we're not going that way. I have no clue what's got him freaked out. I'm not gonna go over there with the bike either. Not after that. No, he wants to go right back to the camper. That was weird. Want to get up in your chair? Come on. Weird. I've never had him act like that before. You go down? There you go. You'll have to let me know down in the comments. What do you think is over there? I've smelled bear before. I know it sounds weird, but you can smell bear when they're in the area. I have no idea why he freaked out like that. Weird.
Toby suddenly stopped, hesitating to go any further. And usually when a dog acts like that and refuses to keep walking, it's something worth paying attention to. Dogs can pick up on things long before we do. There was a good chance that something was ahead, maybe a bear, maybe another animal, and Kenny understood exactly what Toby was reacting to. So instead of pushing forward, they turned back toward the camper. To be extra sure, he even launched a drone to get a better view of the area. But with how dense the trees were, visibility was limited, and if there was any animal around, the sound of the drone likely scared it off anyway. This situation really shows how important it can be to listen to your dog's instincts. Nothing ended up happening to Kenny, but if he had kept walking and ended up face to face with a bear, the outcome could have been very different. I've shared a similar video before, and many of you told your own stories about moments where your dogs warned or even protected you. Feel free to share those here as well. I'm sure people would appreciate reading them. Stephanie is a girl who doesn't really do social media for fame. She just posts from time to time, sharing her holidays, her lifestyle, and moments from her life. But this video was one of the most uncomfortable ones I've seen, mainly because of how unpredictable it was. She was in Gatlinburg enjoying a ride on an alpine coaster, just having a good time, when all of a sudden she noticed something right in front of her. And the worst part was, she couldn't do anything to stop it. She said she had no control over the speed of the cart and couldn't stop it either. It was like she was just being carried straight into that situation with no way out. So she made the decision to stay completely silent, trying not to startle the bears. And honestly, that's terrifying. Slowly moving towards something that could easily kill you, knowing there's a real chance it could go wrong at any second. That's not something anyone would want to experience. Fortunately, the bears didn't react and eventually went back into the woods. But still, that's the kind of moment that stays with you. I just hope they have some kind of safety measures in place for situations like that, because yeah, something like bear spray wouldn't sound like a bad idea at all. Gary and Amika are a father and daughter from Scotland who love traveling around Europe in their camper van, filming their journeys along the way. Their videos are usually very wholesome and enjoyable to watch, but in this particular one, things took a pretty disturbing turn. This footage was uploaded back in March 2023 during a trip to Tensmuir Forest in North Scotland. While they were walking through the woods, Amika suddenly told her dad that she could hear voices somewhere nearby. So they started looking around. And after searching for a bit, this is what they found.
We just stopped and had a look in these woods. Look at how scary that is. Put the torch on. Whoa.
Look at that one. That one's got red and black hair.
That is weird, isn't it? Look at them, they're everywhere.
Eek.
Here's even one on the ladders.
Oh, there's someone lying on the ground.
It's falling over. Look at the one on the ladders going up the tree.
Oh, yeah, that's
What about the washing line over there to the left? Yeah, there. Keep it there. That is weird, isn't it?
one over there that isn't actually a person. There's a doggy there. I don't know.
Owl in the tree. And there's a whole house there.
The whole house full of those.
Along with dozens of creepy mannequins dressed in different costumes, they also came across some really unsettling paintings hanging outside a small cabin right in the middle of the woods. I looked into it a bit, and apparently other people have found this place too, but there isn't much information about it. The only thing that's known is that all of this, the mannequins and the paintings, was likely set up sometime around 2021. What it's actually meant for, no one really knows, but one thing's for sure. Whoever did this went out of their way to make it as disturbing as possible. As Gary and Amika were leaving the woods, things got even more tense. A car started approaching them from the other side, and you can tell Gary was getting a bit uneasy about it. Luckily, they managed to make it back to their van without having to cross paths with it, and as of when the video was uploaded, there haven't been any updates about this strange place. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed these kinds of videos, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. You can also turn on the bell so you'll get notified whenever I post. And if you want to keep watching, click on one of the videos on the screen. I'm sure you'll enjoy those too.